Hello! It's time to stream City Skylines! It's time to stream City Skylines! I'm just trying to get my tweets out. Oh. How is my sound sounding? Is my sound sounding like good sound? Is it sounding like good sound? The words I'm choosing may not be very eloquent, but can you hear them at least? Okay, Alenzia says that I sound good. That is good. It is a pretty view, isn't it? The boats, the fishing boats that I worked so hard to put in. The fishing boats were the entire reason I started streaming City Skylines in the first place. And I finally put them in. And now I'm having so much fun, I just want to keep going. I just want to keep going and make the city bigger and better and more awesome. Okay. I guess that's enough telling everybody I'm doing it. It's time to actually do it and play the game. Waste transfer facility is temporary. Is a temporary waste. Oh, good, good, good. It's just telling me about a new building. For a moment, I was about to freak out. I thought it was telling me I had polluted water again, and I was gonna be all like, "No, no more polluted water. I've had so much polluted water in the city." Jeepers, this roundabout is so busy. I mean, it's moving, except for the when the trolley comes. Huh. But yeah, they're not getting stuck necessarily. They're going the whole time. Maybe it's okay. I guess as long as they're not getting backed up. It's traffic jams that you really have to look out for. Oh, yeah, Alincia says, I'm brave for letting the game run while I'm tweeting. It's kind of, it's a little bit of a risk, but for the most part, the only real problem is when something happens like there's not enough electricity or the drinking water has poo in it, and it runs like that for a long time and everyone dies. But that's how often does drinking water have poo in it? I mean, that never happens, right? Except for like every single time I've recorded a session of me playing. Okay, last time we got so bogged down just fixing things. This time, let's make some progress. We have demand for everything. Residential, commercial, and industrial, which means we can build anything we want. I think we could expand in this area. You know, just grow the city out in that direction. We can expand the city in this area. And we could even jump the highway and go over there too. I like the idea of doing that. Let's mix it up. We've been doing so much down on the other side of the city. Let's get down here. Back to the old town. Let's expand Mary Parker Avenue. Is that really what it's called? Yeah, no, this is supposed to be Industrial Street. When does it stop being Industrial Street and here it becomes Mary Parker Avenue? No, this is still supposed to be Industrial Street. That's weird. Okay. Oh, and there's the sunrise. There we go. Beautiful sunrise over the city. Actually, let's go over here away from all the industrial. There we go. Beautiful sunrise over the city. That's nice. Now let's grow the city. We're going to head in that direction. There's all this beautiful land here that we can use. We're going to make an awesome thing. We're going to take Industrial Street and we're going to take it way down as far as it goes. Industrial Street. Look at all that traffic. I suppose I could build a doohickey to connect it to the highway here. Oh, I know. I love the graphics in this game too, Lindsay. They're pretty great. Let's see here. Yeah, let's add a thing to the highway. So there's more connections. Actually, we could do a thing over here or over here, but I think we'll go over here. Cuz this highway has an on-off ramp right here. Let's go here and then we have one going on the other north-south highway. Sorry, people. I could pause it, I guess, while I do this. Oh, I still didn't make enough room. I could make this just... I should make it a four-way. Because we're going to want to go over it to the other side of this road system, too. Alright. And then let's take... Oh, don't get all weird like that. Okay, let's go like that. And let's take you down. Okay, and we'll connect up the highway. Sorry, if road is under construction. Just a moment. while we get the we get the highway fixed. And then you can continue about your way, a business. Okay. And let's have this merge into... Okay. And then let's back this up. And we're going to build a roundabouty. Because even though I don't like driving on them in real life, they are effective. I will admit that. Also, as the mayor, I never have to drive on them. I assume I probably have a private helicopter or something, so this isn't my problem. The silly peasants have to worry about it. Okay, what if we make that a two-way doopty-doopty? And then we get a... Oh, oops. Actually, you know what? I don't even want this to be... I want this to be a two-lane road here. Maybe I don't even want it to be a two-lane road. Maybe I just want it to be a one-lane road. But, and then here, let's make this just one lane, and it merges into two lanes here. I think that's a good way to do this. And this is just going to be... I'm just going to make this two lanes the whole way. This part's not actually... I don't actually want this part to be a highway, the road that goes over it. I just want the... I want this part to be a highway, you know, that's connecting to the existing highway. But this part going over it can just be part of a regular road. Okay, so we've got a nice little roundabouty here, which actually is getting some traffic already before we even develop this area, just because it's a connection to the highway. Another connection to the highway, so it's already being useful. I want to put in everything here. I'd like to put industry over here, commercial over here, and then residential over here. So it'll be like a layered cake. Oh yeah, I know, right? I'm sure they weren't going anywhere important, Dylan. Yeah, when I bulldozed the highway out from underneath them. I should name the two-lane road oh my gosh. Name the two-lane road 3 lanes and the 3-lane road 2 lanes. Oh, that would be weird and funny. It's kind of great. Okay, let's do this. Let's have a very nice bike trail using road that goes along here. Oh, it doesn't quite line up perfectly, but okay. Well, we can make it line up perfectly. Yeah, and so this is a 2-lane road, and we'll name this 3-lane avenue. And there's only 2 lanes. That can confuse everybody. What? Why does this have the wrong number of lanes on it? Then we'll build another road. And that has to go out there. Oh, my streets over here are all weird. Okay. And then we'll name this 2-lane road 4-lane Boulevard. I don't know how to spell boulevard, so instead we're just going to name it road. 4-lane road. Alright. So there's 3-lane avenue and then 4-lane road, and they're both 2 lanes. And down here, man, it really wants this to be Mary Parker Avenue. Why not Industrial Street? I renamed it Industrial Street. I would name this like 2-lane road, but it's already... it's been Industrial Street since I think the very first episode. I want to keep that going. Alright, let's see. So this is going to be commercial over here. Let's do another parallel. This thing? Oh, is it not lined up right? There we go. Okay, so this is all going to be commercial. And it all has nice little bike trails connecting it. So that's exciting. And then over here, we'll do industrial. So let's do a 3-lane, one-way road here for this industrial center that just goes around here and up here. And we'll name this, oh, that's not a 3-lane, that's a 4-lane. Okay. It's all one way though, right? Oops. Is it all one way? It's supposed... I meant for it to be one way. What road did I actually click on? Okay, yeah, this is a 4-lane, one-way road, so that's good. And then we'll name this 4-lane road 2-lane drive. Which almost kind of makes sense because there's this median there. So somebody could be like, I guess it's 2 lanes on this side and 2 lanes on the other. Oh, actually, because it's all a one-way road, we could just have this go right there, and this could just go right there. Okay. And then it creates kind of its own little weird roundabout right in there. Let's do this. Let's have this kind of come out and curve in. Like that, kind of nice. Okay, so... this doesn't need... I don't know, the industrial area doesn't need bike trails, I guess. I mean, you could bike to the industrial area. You could bike to work. But I don't think people are going to be using bikes in between the factories. You would need trucks, because you'd want to be transporting cargo, I would think. So, oh, that's annoying. Oh, I want you to line up in a straight line. Okay, we're going to go right over here. There, that works. And then that one's just weird looking, but okay. And then we could have this come off here and go down there. Okay, so commercial and industrial. And let's make sure the piping goes all the way out here. Man, if there's one thing people love, it's running water. Facilities full. Oh, landfills are full. I have incinerators now. I can empty the landfills and just burn it all for energy. In fact, that might be a good idea to put over here in the industrial area, since it's going to be all dirty anyway. Just throw it and start with an industrial trash burning for electricity spot. And over here in the industrial area, let's get a fire department in here. Industrial is prone, I think, to fires. And let's have a police department over here just in case we need one, because it seems like we're pretty far away from everything. Run some power lines. Okay. And then let's get this all industrialized. Start getting some industrial buildings here. And then over here, we're going to go commercial. Yeah, right? Mary Parker must be super important. I keep building Industrial Street, and this Mary Parker lady keeps showing up at some town meeting and is like, I think this new street should be named after me. And we're like, but it's connected to Industrial Street. It's just part of Industrial Street. And she's like, I'm kind of a big deal. So, name it after me, or you'll all suffer. I don't know what her threat is. Who is this lady? Jeez. So we need a park. Well, we need a park, first of all, for the residential areas there. Oh, I know. Let's go in here. Let's put in a tennis court and a basketball court. Right there, so they can do sports. Okay, and then we've got commercial and commercial. And let's do something nice for the commercial. Let's put in maybe this Paradox Plaza Park. And let's see, plaza with picnic tables. So we'll have a really nice big park area right in the middle of this commercial section. And then we'll have a bicycle path connecting this whole area with the with the street right here. And this isn't a raised walkway, but it'll still be a way for people to walk around and get to these places. But then over here, we'll go a little way straight. And then we'll raise up so that we can easily go over these roads here. And then we'll come down in this industrial area so that we have a walking path that goes over all the roads, all the way from the residential area here, all the way down here to the industrial. And then if we have this one go off this way to wherever we put the residentials over here, then all of these new areas are connected by a bike/walking trail. I think that would just be really nice, personally. I always try to plan my cities with pedestrians in mind. And we should also consider mass transit. We should also consider some sort of mass transit here. What? I mean, we already have a bus route going through here, which seems a little weird, actually, but because these roads didn't even exist before. But okay, as long as the buses are driving around here anyway, let's tell them to stop and do bus things. And we could, oh man, we could drag that all the way over here. I feel like we should probably make a whole new bus route for this. But let's look at something besides just buses. We've got trams. I really liked the tram over in Evie and Potter Street area. We could put in a subway. We could put in a metro. I actually kind of like that idea. Lindsay says she would live in the city if I ever figured out the poo water. I think the poo water is fixed pretty permanently. Thanks. I enjoy putting in the walking trails and trying to make it look nice. I try to make it a city that I would want to live in too, except for the poo water. I think the poo is fixed. I think we've pretty much fixed the poo. Okay. Where else? So I've got a subway. I put in a subway stop right here, a subway station. Not the restaurant, but the mass transit. And, I mean, we could put a subway right over here. It's not actually far enough away to matter that much, but why not? And we should put some subway stations in other places. Let's have another one way down here. Oh, that slope is too steep. Let's go up here, and then let's have a subway station in the new area around Evie and Potter Way. And up here, on Animal Crossing. Where's a bus stop? It would be great to put it right by a bus. Here's a bus stop. So we'll have the bus stop and then the subway right there. Okay. Now... So yeah, we're not just putting in a subway in the new area of town. We're actually constructing a city-wide subway from scratch. but it will be, I think, very helpful in this new area and all the existing areas, since it's going into all the old areas too. It should be a way to get the whole city interconnected in a way that it wasn't before. Let's put another stop right in here somewhere. Sorry, I know somebody's house had to get bulldozed, but I'm sorry, citizen. Okay. An intercity subway system. And then putting in the actual stops. I mean, I just want to have one subway route that goes to every subway stop. I mean, I don't really need to make... It's not a complicated route. I just made it a circle. I just want the route to go to every single subway in a circle. Okay. There we go. I don't love the subway because I like to be able to see the trains, and the subway's trains are all underground where I can't see them, so they're not as pretty. But they're very effective. They don't get in the way of any traffic or anything, and they can be... No, obviously the subway can be very useful. So, let's fill that in with commercial as well. Alright. Oh, maybe... I'm sure Mary Parker will make things up to that person whose house was bulldozed, unless it was Mary Parker's house. Maybe in an act of vengeance, City Council proposed to bulldoze Mary Parker's house to install a subway station. When questioned, the mayor said, "She's super annoying, so why not?" Now we can put in a residential area, which... Let's put the road on the ground instead of underground where the subway is. Just a thought there. Residential areas are, if I'm honest, my favorite places to build. Because residential areas are a little more fun, I think. And maybe that's just my lack of imagination, but industrial is just dirty, polluting, and ugly. So I really don't like to put in industrial at all, really. It's a necessary part of a city, but it's not fun. Commercial's better. Commercial buildings can be really cool and technologic and shiny and stuff, but on the other hand, commercial buildings... Like, I don't put commercial buildings on funny, curved, zigzaggy roads the way that you put in a subdivision, you know? Like, when you think of the suburbs, you can think of windy roads and stuff. Although maybe not over by where the sewer lines are coming out. That might not be fun. Residential areas can have tennis courts and beaches and all kinds of fun little neighborhoods. Commercial zones tend to be more just rectangles filled with tall buildings. And those tall buildings can look pretty neat and be fun in their own way, but there's a lot less personality to the commercial zones than to a lot of residential areas, in my opinion. And, you know, maybe that's just the way I need to challenge myself. Maybe I need to challenge myself to make prettier commercial zones. Maybe I would find that if I put in a little effort, commercial can be just as much fun. As everything else. Oh, have I not been using the right roads? I wanted these to have bike lanes, but I think I just had them... They're just with grass along the side. Oh, man. Well, that's an odd situation to be in. I'm tearing up the grass along the side of the roads so that I can put in bike lanes. It's like... I feel like the kind of people who would enjoy bike lanes would also enjoy grass. So, sorry everybody. You know, being mayor means you gotta make some hard choices, and I've decided to put in bike routes instead of grass. You know, and is that the right decision? Maybe there is no right decision or wrong decision. It's simply a decision that I've made. And if you don't like it, you can march down to Mary's house. What was her name? Complain to her. Oh yeah, we bulldozed her house. Never mind. She doesn't live there anymore. Mary Parker. That's her name. Maybe she's related to Spider-Man. In which case, I should really be nicer to her. Alright, let's have this walking trail come over to the residential area. Let's have it get down onto the ground to go under those power lines. And right here where the bike trail / walking trail, elevated trail is, let's make this a real nice area. And let's start by putting in a park here. So that bike trail just goes right to the park, really. So you can, yeah, so the biking / walking trail goes right into this park here. And with all these residential zones, we are going to need schools. Let's put in an elementary school. Let's put in a high school. And then let's put in a fire station, because I always put a fire department next to my schools. That's just good common sense, I think. You're like, what building in the city do you least want to see burned down? An elementary school. Like, I don't want to see any building get burned down, obviously, but the one that would be the most horrible would be an elementary school. So let's make sure there's a fire department next to every elementary school. And every high school, for that matter. Okay, so we've got a park, an elementary school, high school, fire department. Should probably throw a hospital in around here, but I feel like the hospital shouldn't be right next to where the school is. I don't know why I feel that way. It's just kind of a gut feeling. Let's put the hospital over here. And let's put in a child health care center, because I feel like this is a very child-friendly residential area. And we'll put a little crematorium over here kind of next to the hospital. And let's do something else for healthcare too, above and beyond. Let's put in a community pool. We'll put it in right across, yeah, right there, near the schools. So they can, maybe the kids can take field days to the community pool across the road. I mean, you could walk to it from there, so. And that'll improve everybody's health and general well-being. And we're going to put in a bunch of residential zones. Going to put in a bunch of residential zones. Could I not? Oh, I missed a bit with the plumbing. Ugh. Alinzia is never going to come live here if I keep forgetting to install running water. That Alinzia, man, she loves running water. and water that does not have any poo in it. She's a princess, I tell you, this one. Jeez. She says a lot of high school kids wouldn't mind their school burning down. Well, no. No, they wouldn't, I'm sure. But they don't want, to be in the school when it happens, right? So let's just, as a general practice, try to make sure that their schools are safe. I'd love to do some nice seaside or riverside stuff over here, but this is where all the poo is. All the sewage dumps out here. Nobody's going to want to park right next to a sewage vent. So, never mind. I'll put some parks over here, a little bit removed from the old sewage vents. Let's do a basketball court and a tennis court. And another tennis court. That's nice. Okay, now between these roads and that highway, let's just throw in a bunch of trees. It doesn't affect the game in any meaningful way. I just think it looks nice to have a barrier of trees between the residential area and the highway. In theory, you would think it would decrease noise, at least a little bit. Wow. The city looks pretty good at night with all the lights lighted up and everything. That reminds me, I wanted to put in a solar power plant this game session. Oh, let's do that next. This is our brand new commercial area that we just zoned. It's looking fantastic. Look at all these tall buildings. I mean, the commercial buildings are really cool looking. I know I was just complaining about how commercial areas aren't as much fun to design as residential are, but I mean, the buildings really do look sweet. They're just awesome looking buildings. Alright. I think it's a beautiful game. Everybody's moved. All the industrial areas have collapsed. They're all abandoned. Here's an ice cube factory that is abandoned because there were not enough workers. Oh no! How's the city going to get its ice cubes? Not enough workers. Not enough workers. You know, maybe the problem was you were in the wrong business. Are you sure that ice cubes are the way to go? Have you heard of refrigerator freezers? Okay, well, this is why we need to put in more residential, because this industrial area needs more people to work in it. And what's interesting about the industrial areas is they don't necessarily want people who are well educated. A lot of times these factory areas want low education workers. So when I go in and put in all the schools and stuff, that's not necessarily what the factories want. Okay, so I'm going to put in... None of this is an ideal place to live, but I want to build some houses close to the industrial area so that we have an opportunity to have some people living nearby that could go work there. We still have a lot of commercial demand. No more residential command, though. Or demand. So, you know, I could have the walkway just dip down and connect to the road right here. Yeah, there you go. Might as well. Oh, let's see here. That'll work. And then this road could come out here. And we could squeeze some more buildings in over here. And it's got more demand for commercial. I feel like, well, okay, let's put in a few more commercial zones. I think we're really like growing the city a ton this session. Okay, let's just do that, and then let's make this residential. Yeah, I think we've really expanded the city a lot in this session. Should really get our population up, which will help us to get more buildings unlocked and all kinds of fun stuff. Okay. Oh, man. This industrial area just does not have enough workers. We really need to expand our residential stuff, which I am trying to do. See, the trees behind the houses there look kind of nice. It should make living there a little bit better. I mean, to be honest, living like right here would be pretty good, even though you're kind of close to the highway. I think that's also a really cool view, though. Looking out your back window and seeing this bridge. I think bridges are cool, though. Some people would like it, some people wouldn't. And you're right on the water. If you ignore that it's filled with poo, I mean, that could be pretty cool. Okay, let's... Yeah, we added all this and this. Well, this is all a ghost town, but ignore that. And all this. So we've added a lot. Yeah, the public pool definitely needs water. You're right. And we have water now for the public pool, so it's all good. Everything's good. Let's put in a new bus route to cater specifically to what we just built here. We'll have it go around our little one-way industrial road here to start with. You know, I'm looking at this. Maybe I should have another way to get to the roundabout. I don't know if I like this road system. Okay, well, let's put in a bus stop right there. Right there. Then we'll have it come in here through the new commercial area. Stop right next to the subway there. And then it can come down. Let's have it come down here. It can make a couple of stops in Old Town. Nothing wrong with that. We want to integrate Old Town into New Town anyway. You know, Evie and Potter's Way, that used to be the new city, in an episode or two, that's going to be Old Town. It's funny how quickly new becomes old in a city that's growing as quickly as this one. And then let's go back. Oh man, this is a really convoluted route. I definitely think I should have another access point. Oh, I don't need a stop along the roundabout. Okay, and then we have a stop right there. And actually, let's put a bus stop right up here by the subway. I was hoping that subway right in the industrial area would mean that it could get workers from all over the city. But either the entire city doesn't have enough people to work there, or that didn't happen. I mean, I want to put in more residential for these poor factories that can't find workers, but at the same time, I'm not showing a lot of demand for residential zones. So, we could definitely continue growing over here, too. I never did build a solar power plant. Oh my gosh. Although now I don't need it. Electricity is way high. I could have sworn that at the end of the session last time, electricity was running low and I needed more power. I wonder what happened to change that. Well, let's put in a solar power plant anyway, because I'm sure we'll need one at some point. What kind of road is this? Is this a special road? This is a tram track road. It's tram tracks, right? Not a trolley bus? Yeah. Okay, we're going to build a road here. And we're going to name this one, sorry Mason, this is Green Power Avenue. I'll be completely honest with you. I have no idea what the difference is between an avenue and a boulevard and a street and a road. I think they're all the same, right? They're probably not. They are probably each unique and special for reasons I just don't understand. Okay, let's put in a solar power plant. Let's put in a solar power plant right here, kind of near the highway. And let's put in just a... You know what? Let's put in a fire department so the solar power plant doesn't burn down. And then let's put in just a handful of residential here. I imagine these would be the homes of the people who work at the solar power plant. Let's make this a district. Let's make this a district of self-sufficient... A self-sufficient residential district. Oh, hey, these people need water. Everybody wants water. Sheesh. Okay, people. You have running water now. I hope you're happy. Let's make all of this commercial. Or, I'm sorry, residential. And then we'll just put a couple of commercial here so they can have like a grocery store or something right there. And then we'll go in here. Wood Hills actually almost works, but let's make this self-sufficient buildings. Let's change this name to Green Zone. You're gonna live and work down in the Green Zone. And this place is going to have smoke detectors. Let's have power and water usage. Be careful. Oh, recycling. We'll put a recycling center in there. We want people to recycle. Let's see. We want to recycle plastics. Okay, yeah, we're gonna make everything about this area is green and self-sufficient. Oh wait, there's another thing I should put in here for the green zone. Oh, wait, what? How do I select the thing? I don't want to, I don't want to do that. Ah! I don't know how to select it. I wanted to do more. Oh. I want to make more changes. Oh, phooey. What's going on? Oh, well, I guess that's fine for now. And then we need to put in a recycling center here. Actually, we just expanded the city a whole bunch. Oh, we put an incinerator plant there, though. So, yeah, they'll be getting rid of their garbage. They'll just burn it down there. That's fine. They're not as green as we are in the green zone. Oh. Alright, let's run power lines down there. Let's make sure. Yeah, the recycling center ended up being outside the green zone. Okay. So there. The recycling center is in the green zone. Okay, I kind of love this. Okay, let's go ahead and throw an elementary school in here. And let's make a couple more buildings. Oh, that's too steep? Okay. That's fine. Yeah, let's throw in some more residential buildings here. I hadn't intended this to be a whole place, a whole, like, area. I thought I was just going to put the solar panel plant there all by itself, but it's really evolved. I was like, oh, well, people need to live there to work at the solar power plant, and now I think they're going to need tennis courts so they can play tennis after a busy day of producing solar power. And you know what? This is a whole part of the city now. This is a whole area. It's a special district. The green zone. Live, work, play at the green zone. Oops. And let's put in commercial all along here. Commercial doesn't mind being by the highway. I don't know why it doesn't mind. Being by the highway still seems like kind of a bum deal, but whatever. As long as they're cool with it. Alright. Check it out, the green zone. All because of the solar power plant here. I suppose I could connect the green zone in with their neighbors, the giant industrial area here that I created to experiment with pollution. They might not love that. I wouldn't think people who live in the green zone want to be part of a pollution experiment. And we've got the tram tracks here, so we got to get a tram. We need to get a tram stop here to take advantage of all the tram tracks. So let's see. Yeah, okay. You're gonna divert over to here. You're gonna stop right there. And right there. Okay, so the tram is gonna come down here and make 2 stops in this neighborhood. So they have some mass transit options. Do we have a bus route anywhere around here? Yeah, this blue line is a bus route. Okay, let's get the buses. The buses can come down here and make a few more stops than the tram station or the tram tracks do. All right, the green zone exists. Green Hill Zone from Sonic the Hedgehog. Oh my goodness, that's fantastic. The last city we lived in, there was literally a State Avenue Boulevard. State Avenue Boulevard. So, I love that it's an Avenue Boulevard, but also the most inventive name they could come up with is State. We're just going to name it State. Okay. Hey, this area is not entirely abandoned now. That's something. We have some people complaining about not enough trash pickup. Is the incinerator not enough? Let's throw in a recycling center here too, so we can get a little bit of recycling going on also. And you know, one thing I never put in is post offices. Where's the post office at? I added post offices in one of the patches. I can never remember. Here we go. It's under the mass transit button for some reason. Yeah, so in our new area here, I hate to bulldoze somebody's house. Oh, here, it can fit in right here without bulldozing anything. There! Now there's a local branch of the post office here. I think that's gotta be nice. The rain is kind of pretty too. You know what? I'm sorry, building, but I'm going to bulldoze you. This is where the subway station is and the walking trail in the park, and so I think this would actually make a great place for a parking lot. And I know I'm paving paradise to put in a parking lot. I'm sorry. But what kind of paradise is it when there's not enough parking? You know what I mean? Like in my idea of paradise, there's adequate parking. So, can we fit it? Oh, jeez. It doesn't quite fit. Oh, there. Maybe I should just make this whole thing. Yeah, parking lot. Okay. I was just thinking all these commercial buildings reminded me of like a downtown area. And in real life, my downtown area doesn't have enough parking. And so, probably not enough parking here either. And this is a good place for it. So I can have a little walking trail. Okay, so here's our... Oh man, here's our parking lot. And it's not a very big parking lot, but it's something. And from here you can walk to this park, which is connected to the walking trail that goes all the way down to the industrial areas or over to the residential areas. So you can park here and then walk anywhere. Or you can park here and get on the subway and go anywhere that way. Or you can just park here and then have a nice lunch in this little courtyard there or something. So yeah, I think the, let's put in some trees too around this area. Just right in here. Maybe get a smaller tree for right there. Oh, here we go. Some nice flowering trees. Okay, so now I think this is kind of a nice area. I mean, if it's not raining. Well, you can look at the little people running and getting into the metro in the subway. I love that. The parking lot is being used, but it's not like it's overly full either. So maybe that's just exactly the right size. So yeah, the commercial buildings do have little parking lots built into them, but it's not enough. Like, look, this this giant building here, like, what is that, 20, 30 stories tall? It has 3 parking spaces. I mean, that's just dumb. There's some parking spaces back here, but I think these are for this building. There's some parking spaces here, but I mean, that's like 10 or 15 parking spaces surrounded by these buildings that are 30 stories tall. It's the built-in, just like the real downtown in my city. The buildings down here don't have enough parking. So really, I mean, just looking around, I think this dinky little parking lot I built is still probably not enough, realistically. But I guess it's enough for the game. Huh. Anyway. Well, it is about quitting time, everybody. But I really had fun this session. Building this whole new area was a blast. I really enjoy when I get to just sit down and really add huge chunks of neighborhoods and everything to a city. And that's what this whole session was, and I love that. I love our little residential area here with all of its curvy streets and roads and tennis courts. But to be honest, even though I was talking about how I didn't enjoy commercial areas so much, look at this. I love these buildings. Our commercial area just looks beautiful. I love all these tall buildings. Especially at night with all the lights on and everything. Oh, it just looks gorgeous, I think. And it stands out too. Like from far away, you can still see that's the commercial area we just put in. Like you can see it from all the way over here. I love that. I'm actually pretty excited with the little green zone that we put in here. What's it called in Sonic? The Green Hill Zone. I kind of like this Green Hill Zone that we put in here. That's actually really cool. I did not expect this to be as much as it was, but I'm glad it is, because I think it's neat. Anyway, I guess that's about it for today's stream, everybody. Thank you all for tuning in and watching, and you can always watch me. I do this every Thursday at 5 o'clock Alaska time. Tune in again next week here on my YouTube channel and watch me do more stuff. Next week I'll probably be fixing all the traffic problems from the buildings I built this week. Would be my guess. I don't know. We'll obviously find something to do though, for sure. Thank you and good night. Good night, Alinzia. Thanks for being here. Good night, everybody.